Welcome to the overview of project systems. So here we will understand how projects are managed in SAP system. So the term project, is not specific to any industry. Like you have IT projects, it can be, installations. Like you can take example of SAP implementations or Oracle implementations or Microsoft, implementations, or it can be a network infrastructure projects, or it can be any ERB installation projects. So, from if you are considering from IT perspective, there are a lot of streams where you have hundreds and thousands of projects. Again, if you just come to the construction industry, you have a lot of projects like construction of apartments, construction of roads, constructions of buildings, constructions of smart cities, construction of beaches, construction of bridges, roads. You have a lot of projects. So in SAP project systems, what we are doing here is we are actually the projects are controlled by the companies who are working on the projects. So it's an internal part of the company, internal process of the company, what the companies are doing with the projects. Suppose if a company is having 10 projects, so how are they planning the project? How are they structuring the project? And how are they monitoring and controlling or executing the project? And how are they closing the project? So the best practice is to close project successfully. You should have a very detailed project plan covering all the minor activities. Okay, so also monitoring and control is one of the important part which has to be look after. So then only you can close the project successfully. So in SAP, we have like in on the system, what we do is we are recording the projects like internal project and external project. Basically, internal projects are company expenditure projects, like companies, building a new, constructing a new building for themselves, or with the in investment, you can say with the investment plan, they are investing, on creating constructing new buildings or new plants or new machines. So it can be anything. Also there are some projects like maintenance projects, like we say that cost projects or overhead cost projects. So these are the projects basically to monitor and control the cost. So again, for this, some industries who have, so some companies who have plants, 4 5 plants, like one plants may go under maintenance, or in one plant they have 2 3 production lines. So in production lines, again one production line will go on maintenance. So for that they will come up with the breakdown. So this all a cost has to be recorded in the system. So it needs a proper project structure with all detailing, as well as with the complete detailed cost. So for each project, the budget is allotted and the cost is monitored. So for this reason, what you need to do is you need to capture that cost and the information at the system. So any company who is dealing with the projects will have their own, you can say HR department, like ERP, like ERP system. They will have their HR department, their purchasing department, their sales department, their construction department, their project teams who are looking after the projects, as well as the operation team. So all these departments will share the data, will share the information to work on the projects. So for this, you need an integrated system like SAP, okay, to handle all their processes as well as their expenses. Also, what are the the returns which they are getting, like return on investments, what they are getting has to be recorded. Apart from that, you have external projects in SAP systems. Suppose some companies who are like who are doing a project stuff for their customers, like they are making the apartments, or they are constructing a road, constructing a plant. So it can be anything. It can be a construction of airport, construction of a metro line, or construction of new industrial plant. So that also process, again you need a project team, you need all these departments, you need HR department, you need a finance department to run the finance processes, you need a purchasing department to run the purchasing processes. Also you need warehouses to record all these stuff. Storage locations has to be fixed for each of the materials. So all these informations has to be recorded. So that is why we will be using the project systems. So let me share you how the structure, sample structure of the project looks like. So I will just take example of one of the construction project. This is a small structure for the EPC project. So EPC project is the root level, you can say WBS, that is work breakdown structure. So EPS project is engineering, procurement, and construction project. So it can be construction of building. So again, if you are making a high rising building, what happens is you need to come up with the design first. Okay. So design has to be divided in civil, mechanical, electrical, and also you can say instrumental. Again, if you have some SCADA systems, again you need to come up with that. Telecommunication is also one of the part of the construction. So you have to come up with the telecom designs. So then you need to procure the material. So the material can be of HVAC ACs, electrical cables, telecom cables, IT cables, and civil materials like bricks, cement bags you need to purchase. So all these procurement has to be done. So then the final activity comes of construction. So what the companies do is whenever they get the project awarded, they come up with the plan. So the plan, will be the EPC plan will be divided in the engineering, procurement, and construction. So in this you will have a breakdown, like you have a 30% design, 50% design, 60%, 90%, 100% design. And after 100%, you will get the approval of the design. The complete design, you will get the approval. So all this process flows, with the you have to follow the process as well as it incurs the cost. So that cost has to be recorded at the company. At the system level. So for this purpose, we will companies will be creating the projects. So again, in construction, you have the civil part, mechanical part, or electrical part. Also, it can be like site one will have a civil part, civil works, mechanical works, electrical works. So site two will have civil works, mechanical work, electrical work, telecommunication work, and instrumental work. So all this, has to be, properly, uh, properly the project structure should be, break down properly so that all the cost and all the, processes are recorded properly. In project industry, you have two portions. One is a reporting portion or reporting part, and one is the you can say transaction recording part. So reporting part will deal with the customer, like progress and all, which you have to do with the client. Okay, and cost recording purpose is at the back end. So it will be with the company as well as some companies. What they do is they allot the budget as well as they want to know the cost. So for for that purpose also, you have to come up with the PMI requirements. So what you have to do is you need to create a plan and report the project progress as well as the cost incurred on the project, so that in the project you will be creating milestones, and that milestones, on milestone basis, you will be getting the billing. Okay, so I'll just share you one of the sample of the project so that you can understand. So here, this is one of the EPC project, which is engineering, procurement, and construction project. So first, they have to structure the project. So they will discuss. They will create. What the company does is they will prepare the project plan, they submit the project plan to the company. So once the project plan is shared with the company, what they do is the they will review the project plan and request for changes, some if there is some changes. So the most important part is the project start date and the project finish date. So once the project start date and the finish date, it will come with the NTP, that is notice to proceed. So once you got the project, you got once you submit the bid, the project gets awarded. After the project is awarded, what happens is you will create a project plan with the start date and finish date. So for reporting purpose, you have to prepare. You use the tools like in Oracle, you have Primavera, In Microsoft, you have MS Project. So this you have to. I mean, this is done by the planning engineer with the company. Okay. So again, the company will be having the team, project team. In project team, they will be having project manager, construction manager, electrical engineer, and operation manager. Again, in operation manager, they will have the team who is going to look after what. Also, the project team will come with the construction team, the supervisor, laborers, equipment, machines, vehicles, all will come. So that all the costs has to be recorded. So for recording the cost processes and material processes and HR processes, okay, employee recording the employee records, paying them salaries, all is done by the SAP. Is done in the SAP system, and the reporting of the project progress as well as reporting the status or weekly status, monthly status, quarterly status on the project is done using the Primavera and using the MS Project, Microsoft Project tool. So this is how it works. So you cannot create every project. Once the project gets awarded, you will get a bill of quantity. So bill of quantity will have around, you can say, 5,000 line items, like 2,000 line items. So it is not a good practice to create a project in SAP project systems with the 2,000 or 5,000 activities. You should limit the project WBSs as well. And for that, you should come up with the plan. So how you need to, report internally to your operation manager, to your finance manager, and what are actually they are looking at the company. So all these things has to be, considered. So once that is finalized, this is again a part of a discussion. You need to finalize this, the how the company is working. If they are working with some legacy system, how are they managing all these informations? So this has to be cleared. So during the requirement gathering sessions, you need to understand the company processes, and then you need to come up with the SAP solutions, and you need to recommend them. Fine. So this is how it looks like. So I will share you one of the sample of SAP project, okay, in Excel sheet, how the project is created in the SAP system. So basically, so here you can see I have level 2 WAS. Once again, I'll just take you. This is level 1 WS, like underground water and drainage system. Okay. So the project structure will be created in the SAP project system. So followed by the hierarchy, WBS level 2 WBS, again level 2 WBS. If you have networks, okay, and if you have activities, how it should be. So the best practice for creating the activities is at the lowest level. So you should create the proper structure, and you can create the network and activities also below the WBSs. But the best practice is to create the network and the activities at the lowest level WBS. So whenever the budget is allotted is at the top level, at the project level, so and also at the WBS level. So basically, mostly the project budget is awarded at the project level. So again, the project after the project is distributed. The budget is distributed at the WBS level. Again, you can come up with the plan of distributing the budget at the lower level WBSs. So that can be planned. So this is how it looks like. So to understand, like what are the activities which are performed, in the creation of the project. The first step, what you do is in SAP project systems, you will come up with the project ID. You will create the project, or you will define the project. Then you will come up with the WBS structure. Then you will come up with the network. So network is a combination of activities and a relationship of the activities. So when you will create the network, then you will be creating the activities like what I have shown you here. So like here we have created a network. Below network we have created activities as resources. Okay. So here we are saying that we have a mobilization. In mobilization, what are the activities? Mobilization and demobilization. So we have dismantling also. We have to rent a flat, office furniture also. We have a car, general services, In general services, we have activities of as-built drawings, design shop drawings, stationery buying, documentation, government expenses, cutting utilities, insurance. So all these activities you will be creating. So you will be defining project number, then you will come up with the hierarchy, then you will create the network and activities. Again, it depends on the nature of the project. If we have a civil project, or it like EPC project, construction of a building, then you should come up with the all detailed project structure. Also, you should come with the date plans when the project is starting and when it is finishing. Okay, so you need to upload the cost, then you need to upload the budget. In You need to baseline the project, record the actuals or actual dates. So once you finalize the project, so here this is the execution part. So you created the project and now the project is in execution mode. So now you are recording the actuals and confirming the activities is completed and this much of the cost has incurred. So also you need to change the status at the project level, saying that this project is under this status. So it can be at the initial stage, it can be at the planning stage, it can be at the execution stage. Also again, depends on the business transactions or business processes which you want to reflect at the project level. You can create the user statuses and select the status so that the users can select it and report it to the concerned managers. So this is how you will be creating the project and closing the project. Okay, so in SAP system, like you have different type of processes which will be you will be seeing, like investment project. Again, the hierarchy will be majorly will be same. The period and closing will be different. For cost projects it will be different, for investment projects it will be different, and for customer based projects again it will be different. And the settlement is nothing but you are closing the project. So you are settling it. This WBS has been settled. You are saying that this WBS has been completed. So you will be forming the settlements. So this is how your project will be. This is how the SAP project will be working. So this is it. Here you have a project definition. You will be creating a project definition instead. Okay, let me show you just on the system so that you will have a rough idea how the project looks like. Suppose I have this project implementation project. Okay, I'm elaborating it. Let me show you in a graph. So this is how it looks like SAP. This is my project definition, and this is the level one WBS, and this is level 2 WBS. Below you have level 3 WBS. Again, below this, the activities will fall. Okay, let me take you to another project which have a network and activities. No, it's not there, I think. So here you can see I have created some sample. Yeah. So at the lowest level, we are creating a network, and below that, we are creating the activities. So this is how the structure will fall. Again, if we have some materials, the materials will be added at the below the activity, stating that this much of material is available, and once you start releasing the material, it will start the comparison. So this is how the project looks like. So see you in the next session. Thank you.